Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today we are going to be doing May's TBR using my Bookopoly board. I'm really hoping that this is much nicer to me this month because obviously April was a struggle. I was reading 30 books in 30 days in April. You will find out in my wrap up how I did with that, but I did not finish my TBR. I had a couple of books left at this point. I still have a few days left, so I'm not sure how many books I do have left, but I do have a couple books left and I have not finished the TBR. So I will be adding an extra roll onto May's TBR, which is fine, hopefully. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into how many rolls we will be doing to start off with. So as always, we start off with the D&D die to decide how many rolls we're actually going to do. And we got a 5. Plus 1 extra because I didn't finish my TBR. Okay, so the D&D die was really nice this time. We had a 5 to start off with on the D&D die. So we will be starting off with 6 rolls in total on the basis that I am adding an extra roll for not finishing last month's TBR, April's TBR. So let's see whether or not we get any doubles. Let's go for the first roll. So last time we finished on gifted, so that's where we're going to start. And for the first roll, we got an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome start. So for the first roll, we ended up with Big Book, and for this one, I am not messing around. We are going for Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by JLA. I have wanted to read this for ages, in fact, since it came out. However, I have been holding off because I want the next one. So yeah, we're picking this up. This is a big book. It is 626 pages, so it is a chunky book, but I am really enjoying this series so far. I really loved From Blood and Ash when I read it last year. I am still hoping that maybe I can reread it in the month of April, but we will see. So this series is a fantasy romance series following a young girl. I actually can't figure out how old she is. I think she's like 18, 19, and she has been kept kind of indoors essentially to become an ascended, which has meant that she cannot be touched, she cannot, you know, have relationships with other people, and she should be staying indoors. However, Poppy's a little bit of a rebel and she gets herself in a bit of bother, and things start to come out in the open, and it turns out she may have been lied to. There is a guy in here called Hawk, and it's just very, very interesting, and I love this series so much. It's so good. So yeah, excited to continue on with this series. This cover's gorgeous as well. I cannot stop staring at it. So yeah, looking forward to picking this one up. Second roll, we got 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Graphic novel or manga. For roll number 2, we got graphic novel or manga, and for this one I'm going to pick up Heartstopper Volume 4. This has not come out yet, so I'll show a picture of it here. It comes out during May, but I will be like getting it as soon as it comes out and then picking it up and reading it because I love this series so much. This follows Nick and Charlie, who are 2 boys who become friends at school, and a relationship ensues. This kind of delves into a little bit more than just kind of coming out and being queer and stuff. There are a lot more other issues going on in this graphic novel series, but I really enjoy it, and I'm excited to pick up Volume 4. I cannot wait to get it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to pick up for this one. Roll number 3. We got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most recent purchase. For roll number 3, we got most recent purchase, and as it turns out, my most recent purchase isn't here yet because it's coming today, but it's coming this evening, and it's Crown of Gilded Bones by JLA, which is the 3rd in the From Blood and Ash series. So I'll show a picture of it here because it's not here yet. It will be by tonight, but I need to film this today. So that's what I'm going to be picking up for this. No need for me to tell you what's going on with this one because I have just mentioned it with Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which is book 2. This one is book 3, and I cannot wait to pick it up. I'm so excited to continue with this series. Roll number 4 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Small book. Nice. Roll number 4 was really nice and gave us small book. So for this one, we're going to be picking up Sight Witch by Susan Dennard, which is book 2.5 in the Witchlands series, and Jade is hosting Witchlands along with I will leave a link to Jay's channel down below so you can go and find out information if you want to about The Witchlands Along. But yeah, this is a short book. It's under 200 pages. No, it's not under 200 pages. That's a lie. It's under 300 pages though, which is the criteria for short book. So I'm really excited to continue on with this series and pick this one up. This does have illustrations in it, etc. But this is following two girls called Safi and Iseult, who are two different types of witch, and they get themselves in a bit of bother and stuff kind of goes down. I don't know what happens in this one because obviously I've never read it before, but we will see what happens. I'm really excited. I'm glad I've been able to get this one on because this is actually May's pick. So yeah, looking forward to picking this one up. Roll number 5 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An adult fantasy. Roll number 5 was an adult fantasy, and for this one I am picking up Wind Witch, which is book 2 in the Truth Witch series by Susan Dennard. This is supposed to be an adult fantasy book, but as with the Akatar series, it gets shelved in YA, but it is meant to be an adult fantasy, I believe, so we're adding this on. I'm saying it counts. It's my game, my rules. So yeah, looking forward to continuing on with this series. I actually really enjoyed Truth Witch once I got past like the 130 page mark. It was really good and I had a great time with it. So looking forward to continuing on with this series and hopefully actually being able to watch the discussion this time because I missed it last time, which I'm really gutted about. I need to go back and watch that. But yeah, looking forward to continuing on with this series. And roll number 6 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. LGBTQ plus rep. And then the 6th and final roll, how easy was that? The 6th and final roll was an LGBTQ plus rep book. So for this one I am going for In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. This has been sent to me by Pride Book Tours and the publishers Hodder, so thank you to them for sending me this. I am on the book tour for this one, so I think my review's towards the 18th-ish of May. If that's wrong, I will leave the date here. But yeah, really looking forward to picking this one up. I don't know how it's queer yet because obviously I haven't read it, but it's for Pride Book Tour, so it is queer. On the back it says she loves a princess, she's bound to a warrior, she must betray them both. So I'm really interested in this one. It sounds great. It sounds like it's sapphic, so that's maybe where the queer rep comes in, but I'm really looking forward to it, and this cover is absolutely stunning. So for Bookopoly this doesn't look too bad, but it's because Crown of Gilded Bones and Heartstopper aren't here yet. But this is my TBR, which I'm really happy about, considering I will have another one of these on here and then also a graphic novel. I'm really happy about that. However, that's not everything. This is just my Bookopoly TBR. I do have a couple of other books that I would really like to get to in the month of May, so let me go through these with you. The first two are to finish off the Greatcoat series, and these are chunky books. So we've got Saint's Blood and also Tyrant's Throne by Sebastian de Castell. Both of these are really chunky. I would like to finish this series out in May so that I can then continue on with the Spellslinger series. So fingers crossed I can get this done, but I'm really enjoying this series so far. This is following 3 guys who used to be part of the Greatcoats, which were like a band of people that used to kind of help the king out, do, you know, help him out with stuff. I don't know specifically what stuff, but help him out with stuff. However, when the king died, the Greatcoats disbanded, and these 3 have kind of stuck together and kind of do like security work now, and we follow them on adventures. Essentially, they get themselves in a bit of bother. So I'm excited to continue on with this series. So far this is my favourite series of the year, and Night Shadow, the second book in the series, is my favourite book of the year. So I'm really looking forward to continuing on with this series, but they are chunky, so we'll see whether or not I get to them. Fingers crossed I do. Or on the back of that, with the chunky books, I would really like to finish out Mistborn Era 1. So The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. Again, another chunky book, but I'm really loving this series so far. I'm having a great time and I really want to finish this off so that I can get on to Warbreaker, which I'm hoping to buddy read with Jade at some point. So yeah, I am looking forward to continuing on with this series. This is following Vin, who is trying to end the final empire and restore freedom in the kingdom, and her aim to do that is to take down the Lord Ruler, and she has like a group of guys that are helping her out with this, and that's essentially where the story's going. This is book 3, so I can't tell you what happens in this one on the basis that I don't know, and I don't want to read the back because I don't want to be spoiled, but also because it's book 3 and I don't want to spoil you guys. But I'm loving this series so far. I'm having a great time with it, so I can't wait to continue on with this one. But again, another chunky book. Then we have the middle grade monthly pick, which is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. It's reasonably chunky. It's like nearly 500 pages this, but I'm really looking forward to it. This is following Tristan Strong, who feels anything but strong since he failed to save his best friend when they were in a bus accident together. However, he goes to his grandparents' farm in Alabama where he's sent to heal from his tragedy. But on the first night there, a sticky creature shows up in his bedroom and steals his best friend's journal. Tristan chases him and ends up finding himself in the middle of a battle that has left Black American gods, John Henry and Bria Rabbit exhausted, and it just kind of goes from there. And I'm really looking forward to this. This cover is absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with it. So I am hyped for this one. I'm looking forward to picking this one up. It sounds great. Really excited, but another chunker. Story of my life in the month of May. And then the final book I would really like to get to is one for Faze and Gaze, which is actually for April. It's the April book pick, but I haven't had a chance to pick it up and I really want to read it because it sounds so good. Faze and Gaze book club, I will leave a link to it down below. It's hosted by Maddie, Sandra and Cecilia, so do go and check them out. It's a really cool book club. But it's Black Wings Beaten by Alex London, and I have heard really good things about this one, so I am looking forward to picking this one up. The book's super floppy as well, but yeah, I am hyped for this one. It's following twins who are falconers, but Bryson strives to be a great falconer while his sister Kaylee doesn't want to be, and then there is a war that happens and stuff goes down. It is queer, obviously, because it's for Faze and Gaze book club, but yeah, I'm really hyped about this one. So I would like to get to this one early on in the month of May if at all possible, but we will see what happens. So yeah, those are the extra books that I would like to get to on top of my Bookopoly TBR, which is a chunky stack if you ask me. So on top of my Bookopoly TBR, this is more like what my TBR looks like, plus Crown of Gilded Bones and Heartstopper Volume 4. Looks more like it, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to all of these books though. I'm excited to hopefully finish off a couple of series with the Greatcoats and then Mistborn Era 1 possibly, so fingers crossed, and also get further in with the Witchlands series and also the From Blood and Ash series as well. So that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I am very excited about all of these books. It looks like it's going to be a good month. I am hyped. I'm just hoping I don't have too much burnout from doing 30 books in 30 days in April. So far I'm feeling okay and I'm really excited about the TBR, but that's because I'm filming this, so hopefully that doesn't wear off in the next few days and I can get on it. I'm really excited that the month of May starts off on a bank holiday weekend. So the 1st is actually Saturday, which is good for me because it means that what I can do is try and run into the weekend with actually reading my TBR, rather than if it was the week, I would probably just end up sitting around and doing nothing for the week, and then I would end up slumpy. So if I can run straight into the weekend with my TBR and try and get a couple books off my TBR over the bank holiday weekend, that would be awesome, but we will see what happens. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books, and if you have, what were your thoughts on them, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.